Probably the most important thing to do in preparing for a deposition is to review the opposing party's financial affidavit. This is something that you've already completed and provided to your attorney. However, we have already received probably a financial affidavit from the opposing party, and you are in the best position to go through this financial affidavit and tell me whether the figures and the expenses and the numbers are true and accurate. Typically what we like to do is have the client do a detailed analysis of each of the items listed and tell us whether those numbers are accurate. For instance, in the gross income section, you may think that there is income that's not provided or not listed, or there's hiding of income sources. You would note that actually on the financial affidavit and then provide that to your attorney. Household expenses. If you feel that expenses are not being paid by your spouse or that you're paying those expenses, you would note that in the other side's financial affidavit and write that in the column in order to provide some type of background information to your attorney to ask questions of the other side for your deposition or the other side's deposition. The next section is dealing with expenses for the minor children. For instance, if you're paying the daycare or the school tuition and the other side lists that as an expense that they're paying on behalf of the minor children, you'd want to note that and have that to your attorney so we can ask that during the course of the deposition. Next section is dealing with monthly insurance, whether it's health insurance, life insurance, disability insurance, whatever the case may be. It's important to know who pays that and the correct amounts in order to prepare for your deposition. The next section deals with payments to creditors. For instance, if a credit card is in someone's name alone and they're not listing it or someone's not paying it, or if there's a creditor that's not listed, you want to note that in the financial affidavit. In preparation for your deposition, you will want to have that document reviewed prior to going into your deposition. This really applies in situations where the spouse is asking for alimony. If you are the spouse asking for alimony and you have a monthly unmet need, you want to make sure that your deficit is accurate. So what you want to do in preparation for your deposition is go through each of the different sections and verify those numbers and review those numbers prior to your deposition. I can guarantee you the attorney on the other side is going to ask you about each of your sections on your financial affidavit and verify those numbers. If it's something that you're not paying or that your spouse is paying on your behalf, or something that you've inflated as far as what you feel the correct amount is, the attorney is going to ask that for you in order to reduce your monthly deficit to show that you do not have a need for alimony. Again, you want to take some time out, review your financial affidavit prior to your deposition, and make sure you have a pretty good understanding of where it is and what numbers you're using at the deposition.